what that's from. You're a real gangster. But hello, how art thou? Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou? Romeo, it's Monday. We got groceries. If you guys watched last week's video, it's always weird saying that when I literally like filmed it yesterday and I'm like, last week's video. But in last week's video, we had a big long talk about Chris's schedule. He works Mondays now, but he doesn't go until 12:30, so we got up at 9 and got groceries because we still need groceries, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna eat breakfast and I'll show you guys what we got at the grocery store, and then I'm gonna make Chris lunch and then he'll be on his merry way. And my plan for the day is I'm gonna print scripts. I need to finish my spread from last week, and then I'm gonna print scripts for that spread, foil them, and then I'm gonna film my 2 plan with me's and a perfect pair, and then we're gonna edit for the whole day. That's the plan, unfortunately, because I do not like editing days. They're the worst. Nothing's more satisfying than when I open my work email and I don't have any. But it was really funny. We were leaving the grocery store and Chris goes, "So are you hungry?" I'm like, "Is this your way of asking me to get us breakfast?" Because he had just bought the groceries, and so it's usually like we switch off. Whenever he buys I usually buy us breakfast. If like back in the day when this used to be our way. And he was just like, hee hee hee, maybe. So I was like, yeah, we can go to McDonald's. So we did in fact get some Mickey D brekkie. So yeah, that's basically the setup. My sleep is still going really bad. I fell asleep earlier yesterday, probably at like 2 instead of like 3 or 4. But I woke up at 7, 8, 9. It's just been really miserable, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. I'm gonna put on some YouTube. I had the weirdest dream last night that I worked for all years. Like I lived in Orlando and I like was a part of their YouTube channel. It was very strange indeed. But yeah, I'm gonna just go now, and yeah, welcome to the vlog. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Okay guys, let's get into the groceries. We spent like $145 this week. We did have to get some odd items, I guess you could say, like non-regulars. For example, first thing I'm going to show you is Chris was all out of lunch chips. So we got this really big box. This has 42 bags of chips in it. And Chris works 5 days a week. So what would that be? This would be like almost 9 weeks. I would say this is probably going to end up being like 10 weeks worth of chips because he doesn't always eat them. Oftentimes he just eats his sandwich and his yogurt. So probably last month. This is only, Chris started working at like the beginning of May, end of April. And it's the end of August, and we just now ran out of the first thing of chips that we got, and it was a smaller package than that. So that's gonna last quite some time. I got a Diet Coke, and Chris wanted Diet Dr. Pepper, so we got that for him. Also, one of the things that we got, whenever I went to go scan it, it had some nasty shit on it, so Chris had to go. They had to go get us a different one. Okay, we were out of our, we're almost out of our flavorings, our water flavor, so there is 4 flavor pouches left, so I'm just gonna pop them in here. Typically Chris runs out of his before I run out of mine, and then he will drink some of mine. Pretty much always how it goes. Then Chris needed some sort of like sweet treat for his lunch, so he got Star Crunch. And I got myself some Rice Krispies. I had one at Andrea's house a couple weeks ago and it kind of slapped. So here we are. Classic romaine for me. I think I'm gonna make myself like wraps for lunch. And then I got a head of lettuce which I'm gonna not even bother putting in the fridge right now because I'm gonna make Chris's lunch immediately after this, and I'm gonna cut that up and put it in a container. Using a head of lettuce is way better for a sandwich. It's like the perfect size. We were out of kitchen trash bags. I love the Hefty brand with this scent. It smells like Christmas. Some Gatorade and Powerade for Chris for his lunches. Package of sandwich bags. This was the thing that was gross and we had to get a new package of. We're out of like all types of pickles in this house, so we got sandwich slices or sandwich chips and sandwich slices and a backup jar of banana peppers. Like, I'm thinking of doing like wraps. Like, I have tortillas. I'm gonna do like salami, pepperoni, cheese, pickles, banana peppers, lettuce, mustard. It's gonna be really yummy. I got 2 bags of chips because I usually just get like the family size bag or like the party bag, but they were out of the lightly salted, so I just got 2 regular bags, which is fine. This was Chris's impulse buy, bacon cheeseburgers from the frozen department. And then Chris got s'mores, and I got salted caramel. Ooh, 4 more bags. This is the rest of the Powerades for Chris. They literally only had the berry flavor Gatorade, which was very strange. We were out of dryer sheets. So yeah, I think I've bought these like twice since we've lived here because we get the box of 180 of them. So it lasts quite some time. Then I got 4 Witches Brew to continue my back stock that I'm building. Got some bell pepper, I thought that would be nice on my sandwiches as well. This is all lunch meat, turkey, pepperoni, and salami. And then we have got dip for my chips, peanut butter for Chris if he wants he's been liking an occasional like once a week PBJ. Then we've got his yogurt. He loves this brand, Ratio Protein. We've got strawberry, vanilla, lime, blueberry, and strawberry cheesecake. And that, my friends, is everything. I'm just gonna throw this stuff for Chris's lunch right into Chris's lunch, you know what I'm saying? This beverage is not gonna be overly cold, but hey, it's fine. You know, this like frozen water, so we'll toss this in as well because today he is doing driving. He's doing rescue driving, so let's toss in the ice cream and these. But I'm going to get the groceries put away. I'm gonna get Christopher's lunch made. Give him blueberry yogurt today. He does need a spoon. And yeah, I'm gonna go get shit going on my situation. Which chips should we give him? The thing is this box is so big, I don't even know where I'm gonna put it because it does not even fit where I had the other one. Sour cream and onion is on top, so that's what he's getting. Yeah, it does not fit. It's a problem for future Hannah, but I will talk to you guys in a bit. So freaking annoying. There was just a spider on the ceiling of the pantry. I had to get on a chair and use the little hand vacuum to freaking suck his bitch ass up. Just like annoyed because this past time pest control came, it was a different person, not one of like the normal people who come and spray. It was somebody I did not recognize, and we've had issues like many of. It's one thing whenever we see pests dead. Because if there's a dead pest, then the pest control is doing its job. It's killing them upon entry. But, jeez Louise, we've had a lot of not dead bugs. And I'm just like, let's get it together, my guy. So I did ask Christopher to just basically, they will come and respray the issues, so just like, yeah, we need a respray. Really? Okay. Chris just left for work, which is awesome for him. I'm going to get started on my film. Well, I'm actually waiting for, so this foil that I have the Sprinter Lamb 335 R6, okay? This foiler, like, it has explicit instructions to never just turn it off. You, like, hold down the power button and then it cools itself down and turns off. I don't know why, that's just what it says to do. And it was expensive, so I followed the rules. Have I broken like 3 of them even though they're expensive? Yes. And even though I follow the rules, yes. But I figure there's least likely to be issues if I follow the rules, so we follow them, needless to say. I'm going to be starting Heartless by Elsie Silver, so I'm going to put that in here. Also, I'm so upset. The book that I really wanted to read for book club next month, I don't think is going to win. It's fine. I'm fine with the one that is. I'm fine with any of them. I want to read them all. That's why I picked them as the suggestions. But sadness. But I think I'm just going to film this like tiny haul clip really quick while I continue to wait for this to cool down, because I don't really care if you can hear it in a haul clip. A haul clip's like whatever. And then I'll probably film my perfect pair immediately after the haul, just because it involves the most brain power and the most talking like about stuff and thinking of ideas and whatever. It's the most, why? That's perfect. The foiler just finished turning off. It's the most difficult video, like, because plans with me's are pretty much nothing. Haul clips are also a whole lot of nothing, so I'm gonna go get this done. We did it. Haul clip done. Perfect pair done. 2 plan with me's done and done, baby. I did this plan with me, the heat wave kit, and then this plan with me. Those are the ones that got completed today, and it's now 1:30. Chris left at 11:30. So honestly, 2 hours to film all of that's pretty good if you ask me. It's pretty dang good. Oh, that was so much talking though. I'm like, oh my god, I never want to talk again. But I am glad to have it done. Oh my god, I feel like my voice is cracking. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? But yeah, I'm gonna go offload my other, not the thumb drive that, not like, what's it called? No, memory card. Not the memory card that you guys are on. I'm gonna go offload the other memory card to edit my vlog, and then whenever that's done, I will offload what you like, whatever's on this memory card so far, so that I can edit those videos that I just filmed and whatever book videos I have to edit. And then that's probably gonna be the majority of the day. That's what I was gonna do. I was like staring at my email and I'm like, I was going in here for a reason. What was the reason? The reason was so I could track the package and see if it's been delivered. It said by 2. Nope, it's still out for delivery. I'm gonna copy the tracking number and put it in the app so that I don't have to keep going to the email. You know what I'm saying? So, it says it's supposed to be here by 2, and it's 1:30. I don't like fully believe it, but we'll see. We will see. And I'll check in with y'all later. I swear it's my luck in the world. I literally just laid down in bed, checked and I looked and I had an email. I'm also the type of person where my email at all times is 0 unread. I cannot stand having like the email notification, but I click on it, my package has been delivered, and I was like, okay, well maybe it's at the door. Nope, it's in the parcel locker. So I'm gonna put on some socks. This is my favorite like shape of sock. It's like a little bit taller than an ankle sock, and I like it to have like a cute little thing on the ankle. So these ones have dinos. Just threw my hair up. This is one of the pool keys. I'm gonna go find the other one. I think it's by the door, and I'm gonna try them both out and see if any of it works. I need my headphones, and then I will call my sister with the updates on that. Oh my god, it's hot as Satan's asshole out there. My ears are so sweaty. But yeah, the pool key, neither of them worked. And like, yes, the thing is if I planned on like utilizing the pool, I would absolutely do this, but it's just not something I will probably ever really do. So I don't really see the point. And the issue is there is like a sign on the outside of the pool gate. This time they actually both flashed red, but there's a sign on the outside of the pool gate that's like, if there's an issue, call this number. But the issue is, with me having an issue, is that we rent this house. So if I call, we're not like listed in like the people who like in the HOA. So we can't get the info that we need to get the key replaced. So basically what would have to happen is I would have to contact the property management company, who would have to contact the homeowners, who would have to contact the pool people, who would then have to send the new card out, and it just like is more work than I'm willing to put in, you know? But I'm gonna organize the shit on here and get to editing. I may take a break and eat something, so I'm kind of hungry. I feel like whenever I eat breakfast, I'm like hungrier throughout the day, so that's a possibility. We're gonna maybe put on some YouTube. I think I'll decide whether I wanna eat something based on if there's a YouTube video to watch, because like YouTube video plus lunch is a stellar combo. I have a little bit left of my queso dip, which is the plan of what to have for lunch today. What do we have? I don't really want an affordable DIY glow up, but don't care about that. There's new Honey, I'm a Homemaker. There is a Carrie Dayton posted a vlog. She kind of annoys me a little bit though lately, so we will see. We will see. Oh my god, I've never looked worse. I do have a hair appointment at the end of September, and I'm pretty hype-tastic for that, if I'm being honest with you. But I can actually mark. Do you guys use the Finch app? I'm feeling kind of neutral right now. Most days I'm feeling neutral, I will admit. But one of my like daily things is like go for like movement, walk around the neighborhood. And I lately have absolutely not been able to mark off that I've done my goal. But I actually did it today, so go off. You guys, I made the smart life choice of editing my vlog before I make myself something to eat, because the vlog takes 8,000 years to render. So now it can do all of its rendering BS right now. Also, I'm gonna be going to Andrea's on Wednesday, which is a fun little change of plans. We originally weren't gonna do anything this week because life be busy, you know. I literally don't know how people, like, honestly, if you're a parent, whether you have 1 kid or 50 kids, give me a round of applause, pat on the back, like, you're fucking killing it, because I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand how people do it. I really don't. So I think it's time to take down my 4th of July decoration, my towel. My issue is I don't really have anything, or I wish I had like a birthday towel. My aunt doesn't really make these anymore, otherwise I'd be like, bitch, I need a birthday towel. Because I also need to switch out the laundry, switch it into the dryer. So we'll do that. I do have fall And I have a couple Halloween. More Halloween. And then we have like a Dia de los Muertos situation. That's Easter, wedding, general, just plain black, Christmas, Valentine's. So maybe we do fall. My sister will like that. I was thinking about actually, being really like festive and putting out, I have 2 fall decorations. I have a Halloween wreath, which is pink and black and it has skulls on it. And I have a little thing that goes on the table that says boo. So thinking I'll put those out before my sister gets here, because my sister is a fall girly, as I feel most people are. I am just a fall hater, simply. I'm a spring girl. Spring is my favorite season. And I can guarantee you, 85–90% of you are going to be like, no, fall, which is fine. I'm glad you like that. But I don't like back to school. Always hated that. I don't like the leaves changing, because to me, especially growing up in Syracuse, to me, which is a very beautiful place in the fall, I will admit, Syracuse, beautiful for foliage and all that nonsense, but because of the amount of snow that we get there, to me, fall was like, oh no. Don't you dare say that this is happening again. The dryer's doing the thing where it's like overheating. It did this once before and they had to come replace some shit. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Ugh, this fucking dryer. This fucking dryer, baby. Yeah, bitch, I hear you. I'll definitely be having to have Chris deal with that if that's the case whenever tomorrow, but I'm gonna go deal with this. The literal amount of tax scam calls I get is crazy. And it's one of those things where it's like at one point I'm like, well, do I actually have back taxes? But I'm like, I would have gotten something in the fucking mail. Anytime I've ever needed it to do anything or pay anything for the IRS, it comes in the fucking mail, not via the phone. But okay, somebody's gonna come to look at our bullshit tomorrow. I'm very annoyed about the whole situation, mainly because, so basically, I like literally just sent Andrea a voice note about it, and she's like, literally I'm listening to it, and I made the like face, because this literally just happened, like not that long ago, literally less than a year ago, because I looked at the email from last time it was broken, which was September 16th. It's August 25th today. And whatever. So I called them. I'm like, yeah, like, we had this issue. Please help. Please help. Unfortunately, it's only a 90-day warranty. So we're going to have to pay to get it fixed again, which is really fucking irritating. What's irritating is, let me look up how much a Samsung dryer is. Samsung. Okay, I guess it's like $1,000. The dryer that I have is like $1,000. Which also fucking ridiculous. Disgusting behavior. But basically, it cost last time $300 to fix it. Horrifying behavior. Chris said they don't pay for half of it, so it's not that like having to pay the $300 isn't a big deal. I'm just trying to look at it in the mindset that I'm in a privileged enough position in life that I have $300 to pay the bill. You know what I mean? Like, is Is it going to be annoying? Yes. Is it going to make me upset? Yes. Am I frustrated about it? Yes. But I am grateful that I have had like the wherewithal in my life to prepare for bad things and have a savings and have the money to be able to fix it. Because I know that there's plenty of people, and this is a very first world problem, and I understand that privilege that comes with that, but so I understand that like not even everybody that has a dryer would be in a position where they can afford to get it fixed. So I'm trying to come at it with that mindset that thankfully I'm in a position where I can afford to have somebody come look at it and come fix it and do the damn thing, because it's really annoying though, I will admit. Like, I am quite irritated by it, and I think it's fair to, like, I feel like it's okay that I'm allowed to be annoyed about it. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not allowed to be upset about things, because been in a lot of toxic environments in my life where this is like, I've been in a lot of one-uppers in my life, you know the vibes. But like, I think that this is like an objectively annoying situation to anybody who would be dealing with it. So that's where we're at. Somebody's gonna come tomorrow between 2 and 5, and I do actually loathe the fact that somebody is going to have to. They're coming between 2 and 5, and Chris gets out of work at 3:30, it's home by like 4. With my luck, they'll be here at 2:30, which is fine. I just am not super comfortable being home alone with a strange man. I don't trust men at all. But if that's how it's gotta be, that's how it's gotta be. And my lunchroom's fucking gross. It's very crusty and dusty. I don't like dust in here very often. But I'm going to maybe just like get to the tools that are on top of the washer and dryer, put those away, put my dresser, put this wrapping paper in the garage where it goes. I think that wrapping paper's been sitting there since Theo's birthday in April. I have this duster thing that I'll just put by the washer, you know? And then, so the dryer's kind of all cleared off for whenever they come tomorrow. But I'm just like, the whole thing is annoying. And that's all I have to say. And I'm just annoyed about this annoying ass situation, you know? And so I'm gonna eat some lunch. My vlog is uploading. And that's where I'm at. Okay guys, I just offloaded the memory card for the videos that I filmed today. And I'm throwing away my cup, and I'm going to go take a shower. I want to wash my hair. I just feel like annoyed still about the situation. Like I said, I'm trying to come at it with the mindset that at least it's not like the end of the world for us. We're in a position that we can pay for it, blah, blah, like, trying to think positive, but I'm still freaking annoyed. I'm gonna eat a Rice Krispie treat with rainbow sprinkles on it, evidently. So just, it says rainbow. Oh, candy with M&Ms, apparently. So I'm gonna go just take a hair wash shower to decompress about the bullshit, because it is honestly bullshit. Truly, truly, truly. You guys, I slept in. And you know what, for a while there, sleeping in would be seen as like kind of a negative for me because it was my regular, but because my sleep, I'm quickly posting about treat week on Instagram, but basically because my sleep has been so god awful for like 2 weeks now. Oh, does it feel good? Does it feel good that I slept until 10? And I think I went to bed before midnight. So I did wake up. The thing is I think I'm not getting into a deep sleep. I think that's like really a big issue for the situation, is that I'm not getting into a deep enough sleep that I'm just dying a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I'm remembering my dreams. Like, I remember like 2 separate dreams from last night, and I remembered my dreams the other night, and I typically don't ever remember my dreams. And from Google, it's like, obviously Google's not a doctor, but you remember your dreams more in like the less deep stages of sleep. I don't fucking know, but I think that's been like a big issue. But oh my god, I feel like a new person. I woke up probably like an hour ago, and I did call my dad. We just got off the phone because he was going to the gym, but we were catching up and chit-chatting. The dry skin on my eyes it's mainly this eye, but it's driving me nuts. One time, whenever me and Andra got back from Gen Con, I didn't get ready, so I looked like this. And Lila asked me, "Did you get new eyes? Your face looks weird." She's savage. It was hilarious. Oh my god, I love that kid. But it's 11. My dad's gonna call me back in a few hours. He said the dryer guy is supposed to be here between 2 and 5, and I do have my phone on me because he's gonna text whenever he gets there. But oh my god, you know what I was thinking of? I don't know that I'll ever do it for real. I guess it would depend on if like there was enough people interested, because you would need like at least 5 people. But like a virtual D&D group with the planner people or book people could be fun. Could be fun. But yeah, so I am just kind of chilling. I don't really have anything that Kristen's a pig. He has just so many like empty bottles of shit on his nightstand. I'm not even sure where like they come from. Like a bottle of water. Like, we don't buy bottles of water. He does take it from work though, so. Well, they're like allowed to, but like he'll take a bottle on his way home and like drink a little bit of it and then like finish it at his nightstand. But yeah, I'm not sure what today's plans really consist of. I'm gonna turn the light off in here. Apparently not. But I think I might play a little bit of my tiny bookstore game. I wish that I could listen to an audiobook while I play it, but I feel like I can't focus on the audio while I'm playing it, so whoa, that's really tragic. But I think that's what I'm gonna start the day by doing. I'm kind of hungry, kind of thirsty, and maybe I'll eat something. I don't really know. Last night though, I made myself an Italian wrap, and it was scrump diddly fucking ump. But I also, while I was on the phone with my dad, took it as an opportunity to like pick up the house, which not that you guys really saw before. And I mean, it still looks kind of bad over there, but there was like shit on the couch. Do I still need to fix the pillows? Yes, but it just looks significantly better. The thing is that I don't spend time out here. I don't have company, so it's just like I have no reason to ever make it look very nice, if I'm being honest with you. But because my sister's coming and then Emily's coming, I don't want to look like a hot mess express. I'm gonna go get something to drink and maybe a little something to nibble on. I deeply need to vacuum, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just not. I just don't fucking feel like it. You ever just not feel like it? That's me. I'm making sure that these muffins still look eatable. Nothing creepy on them. They look good to me. I don't really go by the expiration date on muffins. Like, they're pretty much fine unless you see mold on them, in my opinion, and there's no mold, so. I think we're gonna get a, oh my god. Could this be why I'm sleeping so bad? Maybe. Thing is though, is there's been plenty of times, days, weeks, months, years that I'm drinking more than 200 milligrams of caffeine a day. Like, for sure. There's days where me and Andre have gotten like McDonald's sodas multiple times, and them bitches are huge. So, I'm gonna have my muffin just because if I drink the Alani on an empty tummy, I think that might make me feel not so good. But I might try to listen to some audio. I'm actually gonna do a reading update for my cowboy romance video. I'm gonna start there, and then I will have this. So I get this way where I will start to hyperfixate on things, and I'm kind of hyperfixating on the fact that I kind of really do want to run like a long form digital D&D campaign. I feel like it would be so fun. Not that I know that anybody would be interested, but one could hope. So, an idea. My dad just called me again. He said he was gonna call me back in a few hours, and it had been a few hours. It's like 2 now. I'm patiently waiting by my phone because the repair people are supposed to be here between 2 and 5, and they're gonna text me when they're 30 minutes out. So text could come at any time, which is fine. Also, tomorrow is when Miss Andrea and I are gonna be hanging out, and it was like this whole thing that, so TLDR, at Chris's work on the early days, he's supposed to be there at 8:30, but I'm hoping it's like a situation that they're able to really like finesse things and get things running properly, because basically whenever I worked my payroll job, prior to me and my bestie girl Liz working in payroll and being bored to tears because there was not enough work, there was 4 people in the department doing the job that the 2 of us were, and they were behind. So I'm hoping that they're able to get things situated. But basically, because of the way things are running right now, he has to actually be there at 7:30, and so it's like a whole thing. But so tomorrow he was supposed to be there for 7:30, and I was gonna drop him off at work and then go to Andrea's house and then pick him up at 3:30. But because of all of these scheduling bullshit, he was gonna be working for 10 days straight, and he's like, oh, that's annoying. And I guess today at work they're like, yeah, actually, like, we don't want you working 10 days straight. So I don't know if it's like against their policies or what the tea is, but they're like against that being a thing. So he's probably gonna have tomorrow off, which makes everything kind of really simple. So I'm gonna possibly brainstorm some ideas for a D&D campaign. You know what I mean, jelly bean. So that's basically where I'm at in life. I'm gonna put on some YouTube. Not that I know that anything was uploaded, but I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna hope for the best. And yeah. So I finished this book. Also, I've been like really curious about, so one of my favorite people on All Ears is Angie, and she's one of like the newer people who was like working on their team, and she's not been in videos in like months. So I'm kind of like, does she no longer exist? Is she no longer a part of the team? And somebody commented on their most recent post. They didn't reply to it, obviously, but I'm like, yeah, bitch, let me know, I'm curious. There actually was like not anything posted, so we'll see. I have a podcast episode to watch that I'm just not like super excited about, but we'll see. Hey guys, I'm making myself dinner. I'm making a little Italian wrap. I made myself one of these last night for dinner, and it was so good, so I'm making one again. So far we have got yellow mustard, salami, pepperoni, provolone, onions, pickles, banana peppers, and I'm gonna add lettuce and oil and vinegar, and then I'm gonna pin it shut with some toothpicks. But y'all, I've literally been working all day on this fictional D&D thing. So if this is something, if you're like interested by D&D and you think you'd want to be like a part of this, literally message me on Instagram. The only issue is that, like, if you're doing it, it's kind of going to be a commitment. It's going to be like a long form campaign, hopefully weekly. And yeah, and the vibes are giving like enchanted forest, like whimsical nature type vibes. And so yeah, I've been literally working all day on it because it's just been so much fun. And all I've gotten done is the name of the realm, the like description, fleshed out the vibes of the realm. And then I'm like, it's like the big concept realm, and then I need to have like all the sub towns. I created one town with one NPC so far. And there's gonna be like 6 buildings in this like first main town. I'm just working on the first one. So that's all I've gotten done in this period of time, which is quite embarrassing, honestly, because it's been hours. But I'm using World Anvil, which I've never used before, so it took me like a lot of time to even figure out how to like make character stats and attach them to a character. Like that probably took me like 20 minutes. But my main reason for coming on here is, I'm also gonna have chips and dip on the side. This doesn't really need to be stirred. Is that the dryer guy came. He was really nice. He was not bad vibes. I think I mentioned I was kind of uncomfortable with the idea of being home alone with a man because men can't be trusted. Let's be real. Let's be so for real right now. But he gave nice vibes. He was nice. You know what I mean? You ever just like get good vibes? He gave good vibes. Like we could be pals. Enjoyed. So he was pretty cool and fine. Chris actually came home while homeboy was here. So we love that. But it was indeed the sensors. It was indeed $103 again. But I did ask him, I was like, I'm like, if the answer is nothing, it's just like my life, that's fine. But is there anything I could do to try to prevent this happening? Like, is there something I'm doing that's causing this? Let a bitch know. And he was basically like maybe once a year get like the duct cleaned out, but otherwise, no, not really. And I'm like, tragic vibes. He said that the way our duct is shaped, it's more like susceptible to this issue because basically the sensor was broken, like not reading properly, and the sensors tend to be, he said, the first thing that like go because it's like a safety precaution. So, you know, it do be what it do be. I'll tell you guys a little sneak peek of the name of my fictional place is, excuse you, wrong at one of my 500 dubs, the Petalwood Vale. So if that sounds fun to you, it's not. It's us. It's gonna be fun. Hey cuties, how art thou? It's 4:50. I've been home for like an hour. I left Andrea's around 3:30 because essentially either I needed to leave before the boys got home from school or I would be staying till the boys went to bed, which either way was fine, but they had some extracurricular activities and it would just be easier this way. So I'm home now, but we had a blast. We did some crafting, which is super fun. Like, I had been wanting to craft up some shit in my Dagger Heart journal before we have Dagger Heart this week, so I can show you guys how this came out. I think it came out pretty cutesy, but have all of my stuff so that I can like add stickers and stuff going forward. I also have SPC order. I did have golden in here, but Lila saw it and stole it. So Andrea's just gonna get me another one. So basically I did this page where I made like these little flaps and I decorated them. And they have all like this info, and then this is just all decorative. And then the next page is the map. of our land. So that was really cool. And then I got this super cutie plush. We went to Michael's, which did not have very good options, if I'm being honest with you. And then we went to Hobby Lobby. But this plushie was $6. And I had to have him. I really did. It was like not a want, but a need. You know what I mean? So I got it. And I am thrilled. Truly thrilled about it all. So I do need to find a home for him, and I think it's gonna be pretty easy because that top shelf over here, I'm probably like giving you guys all motion sickness. This top shelf up here is pretty empty, honestly. So I do think we could just put him here like that. And he looks cute. And then I can just add this little dude here. So yeah, that was basically, we did that, and then we did play a bunch of Magic. Basically, we played Commander, and then we played, me and Nick wanted to have a battle of our Chaos decks because he has not played me with his Chaos deck yet, and I built his Chaos deck. And so we did that, which I won all 3 games, which is so funny because like he always beats Andrea, and Andrea beat me both times. So it's just like funny how it sometimes shakes out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go in my office and work more on my potential D&D stuff. And it's kind of like the plan. I'm kind of hungry, but like nothing really sounds good, and it's like a weird time. It's like 5, which I guess isn't that weird of a time. It's like a pretty common dinner time, but because of the hours that I sleep, it's kind of like early for dinner for me, and I'll definitely be hungry again otherwise. But I my SPC order that's like all of my star ratings, so pop that there, and yeah, that's where I'm at. That's how my day is going. Sweetie boy Christopher got me McDonald's, so I'm about to eat McDonald's. Also, Netflix just isn't working, which is so annoying, because I did want to watch the new episode of Love is Blind, but the universe says, not today, motherfucker. Not today. Oh, but I'm not even logged on to BGA today, so I always like to watch some YouTube, play some BGA while I eat my Mickey D's. That freaking trip, though, is so annoying. Like, they had me pull up to, like, the extent, like, we have 3 windows, and like, yeah, you pull up to, like, the next window, so, like, the 3rd window, which is fine. Like, it is what it is. It's not, like, that big of a deal, but literally, like, 8 cars went before they brought me my stuff, so I'm just like, what's going on? But the french fries are really fresh, so honestly, not that mad. Not that mad. Hello, guys. I got to tell you something because this big box of chips is like really annoying me. I have this extra basket in my office. I think I'm gonna put a selection of the chips in here, and then we have like shelves above our washer and dryer. I think I'm gonna put whatever doesn't fit in here in there. That makes sense. And then make sure I get a variety of the chip flavors. These are the best ones. Coffee Cheetos all day, baby. And maybe I'm gonna put that in here. Honestly, that would be really I should be able to. I think will fit on the shelf in my pantry. Okay, it's a little bit tight in there, but I after a couple more bags are eaten, it won't be. And makes way more sense than this giant ass box being on top of the fridge to keep having to take it down. It's really driving me bonkers. But Chris has not left yet, so I'll check in with you guys whenever he leaves for work. I simply wish that there was like something on a camera that told you that the battery was low before you waste your time turning it on and blah 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 blah. So because that is really peeing me off, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. But basically, Chris is off to work. Got my Lulu. My plan for the day. Oh, that kind of hurt. I still got a little bit of toothpaste taste in my mouth, so it wasn't like stellar, I'll admit. I will absolutely admit. So I need to go through and basically the orders that are for the advent, it's pretty easy to tell based on like the total of the order and the amount of items. Like all of the, like there's a bunch of orders the exact same price and it's like one item in the order, one or two items in the order depending on if they got the, what's it called? Depending on if they got the 25-day or the whatever. You guys don't care. You literally don't care. So I need to add the advent tag so that I can find the orders that are not tagged. No, with that tag. It's like a whole thing, you know what I mean? Add filter not tagged with advent. Because I don't want to print those orders because I'm obviously not gonna do them. Yeah, it's a very, very easy week. Very easy week, which is gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna paper in the printer. I'm gonna print those. I'm gonna organize them real quick. And then I am going to, what's it called? Then I'm going to do journaling cards and pull foil. And that's all of like my required work for the day, because anything else I do is, well, I can do all of the orders within like 2 days, so it's not like something that needs to be worked on immediately. It's not a pressing matter, you know what I mean? I do need to get paper in the printer, whatever. But then my plan is most likely to continue on my journey of working on this whole little fun D&D thing, which again, do I think it's ever going to come to fruition? Who knows? Because I would need to find a group, but I've been like talking about it here and there. This is like my proper pitch to see if you guys anybody would be interested, and if you are, like I said, just message me on Instagram. First off, it wouldn't cost you guys anything because I guess it would cost you the price of a set of dice, but you could also literally not buy dice. If you go to Google and you say like roll a d20, like it gives you all of the dice. And on the D&D app you also have all the dice, but anywho, on D&D Beyond it's like free to make a character. So that's like info to have. But basically, if you've never in your life played D&D, basically the like overarching, like if somebody said like explain D&D to me like I'm 5, I would literally say it's a group of you and like 5 to 7 people are dropped inside of a fantasy world. It's literally like you're on a choose your own adventure in a fantasy book, where you are fighting different monsters, visiting different towns, shopping, interacting with different people who live in different villages, trying to help them with their problems along the way and stuff like that. throughout the game. So basically whenever you make your character, which is one of the funnest parts, there's a session 0 where you make your character, and base D&D races. So basically in the player's handbook there is 3, 6, 9, 10 different races you can pick from. I don't even actually know what, I've never heard this one. It's called an Aasimar, a dragonborn, a dwarf, an elf, a gnome, a Goliath, halfling, human, orc, and tiefling. And then there are like more if you like buy the other books. Those are the ones that come free. And then base D&D classes. The base classes are barbarian, bard, cleric, monk, fighter, druid, paladin, ranger, rogue, wizard, warlock, sorcerer. There's tons of them, you know what I mean? And so it's basically like in your character creation, you will pick a race and a class. Each race has its own features, which whenever we would do our session 0, I will go through each of these things, explain them, explain everything. I'll like have everybody like, okay, like get out a notepad, I'm gonna go through everything, whatever sounds interesting to you, write it down, whatever, and you'll make a combo of a race and a class. For example, I've played a human rogue, a monk fighter, a tiefling warrior. Like you pick a combination of things, and each, like for example, tieflings are fire resistant and rogues are very sneaky. So it's like you have different features and abilities based on the character you create. You name them, you decide what they look like, you decide what they're wearing, and then they come with like base equipment like weapons and stuff, but throughout the game you can buy better like weapons and stuff like that. And so when you're playing, like if your name in real life is Samantha, I'm not gonna call you Samantha, you say your character's name is I can't think of a good name off the top of my head. Fun fantasy name. Say your name, yeah, we'll just go with something basic. Say your name in real life is Samantha, but your character's name is Luna. Whenever we'll be playing via, like everyone will just be on the Discord, also free to join. Be in a Discord group where we would also have just like a open chat in there, and then we would meet either, depending on people's schedules, either once a week or bi-monthly. I want to do at least twice a month, or is it, yeah, bi-monthly. So whatever, we would get on the call and I would share my screen with you where we will have all of our maps. So the basic, I think I have, like basically the premise of the story that I'm writing is that it's about the blooming realms, and basically it is an endless springtime paradise of rolling meadows, enchanted forests, and pastel villages. Life thrives here in harmony with the fey courts and gentle creatures, or so it seems. Recently, strange things have started to happen. Bees grow as big as cottages. Butterflies blot out the sun in shimmering swarms. Flowers bloom in unnatural abundance, choking farmland. Whispers spread of the blooming monarch, a legendary fey queen who vanished creatures. No. A blooming monarch, a legendary fey queen who vanished centuries ago. Some may say she is awakening to reclaim the world from mortals. Others believe this is the work of Mother Verdantia, the cosmic embodiment of nature, pruning her garden of civilization. The truth, both forces are real and at odds. So it's very much so like a whimsical fairy garden. You're going to start in the Petalvale court, and within, like I said, I'm building everything out currently, or the Petalwood Vale, and like within the Petalwood Vale is all of these like different places. There's the in the Petal Vale, there's Honeywick Hollow, and inside of Honeywick Hollow there's a couple of different like organizations working in there. There's like a council, there's some mysterious spooky things going on. There's the Golden Hive Hall, Grindle's Bakery and Sweet Shop, Petalin's Inn and Tavern, so the Sun Petal Shire, Sweet Strings Apiary, Thistle and Storm Apothecary. And then also within the Greenwood Vale. There's the Whispering Orchard. If this would load, this page is frozen. Oh, there we go. Literally, I refreshed the second it loaded. So in the Whispering Orchard is the Glittering Grove, the Heart Grove, the Moonwell Pool, the Stone Table of Seasons, the Fallen Burrow, and the Starfall Canopy. So like through the game, based on the storyline, I will start by being like, here's what's going on, here's where you guys are. And then I essentially hand the story over to the players. And so you and whoever else we're playing with will be able to then, based on the thing, start talking to what's referred to as the NPCs, non-player characters, characters played by me, and I will interact with you to drive the story along. There will be like a main big story, but then there's also tons of side quests. And another super fun thing is after session 0, you make your character, you will get the opportunity to then write your character's backstory. I think it's one of the most fun parts of D&D is coming up with like a really good backstory for your character. For example, when we were playing for my monk fighter, my backstory is that I am a tree, or I'm a gnome monk. I don't know where the fighter came in. I'm a gnome monk. And I, as a gnome, I'm like a woodland gnome, and I am like a royalty. I'm a princess in like this cool forest with all of these canopies. And then I just really wasn't vibing with being a princess. And one day, like, all of these different people were coming to like visit my parents because they're the king and the queen. And when the monks came and paid visit, I saw them like doing their worship and their practice in their martial arts. So I decided I wanted to follow that path. And so I started training to prove to my family that I am able to do this. And now I've blended these two cultures of being a monk and being this princess, which don't really go together, because most monks would go and like to be like in solitude and do all these things. But because I am also this princess, I was working really hard to like blend these two different things together. Whenever I was being my tiefling fighter, I was basically, my backstory was that I don't want to be, tieflings are like kind of descendants from hell, and I don't want to be bad. And so like I've made it my mission to be like a hero basically. And then when I was being my rogue human, essentially my dad was like a king, but my mom had me out of wedlock, and the royal family wanted nothing to do with me. And so we've been in hiding our whole lives. My mom marries this man, and he ends up being horrible. And then they had like a daughter together, my half sister, and he like tries to kill my mom, so I killed him and my sister. And then I've just been spending my life like on the run because I like have nobody left in the world. So writing your backstory is super fun. So after you do your backstory, you like give it to your GM, and then they will weave things from your backstory into like you're helping write the story. So if you somewhere along your line in your story, you're like, oh, I really hate druids, there will be like storylines where you're gonna have to interact with them, and then you're gonna have to interact with these creatures you don't like, see what you do. But again, throughout the story, there's tons and tons of different paths. And the fun thing about like writing the story is I'm currently like building out this whole world. There are parts the players would never even visit, but like you have to have it built out just in case. So I think it's really exciting and really fun to get to work on this story that possibly could play with some of you peoples and some of my other real life friends. If any of you are watching and you want to play, let me know, because I want to play so bad. I do. But actually I think that I did in fact need to fix this one, because one of these ones in here is, I forgot to tag it with add tag, remove tag of that, done. Boom, add tag of that. Oh, okay. So basically that's like the long and short of, oh, I forgot the other big part. So that's basically how it works. But say, for example, you're starting in this village, you're talking to these people. You could be like, okay, like, how long have I been here? And I would be like, oh, you've been here, like, say I said you've been here for like 10 years. You're like, okay, so I obviously like know some stuff that's going on here. What do I know? I would then, as your GM, and I will pull up my D&D Beyond app and show you some of my characters. Like, this is the app. You guys can see yourself there. Hi. It takes a minute to pop open. But say you're like, what would I like, is there anything I know about this place? Like, what's the tea? What's going on? Like, if I've been here for 10 years, I obviously know some stuff. I would say to you, okay, roll me a history check. And for the most part in D&D, if you're rolling a check, you will always be rolling a 20-sided dice. Here are all my characters. They all have E-names because I accidentally did that for the first two. And then I'm like, well, this is my life now. So this is Eloise. She's my gnome monk 3rd level. You also level up, and as you level up, like, you get better stats. But here's basically what it looks like. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a screen recording and I'll pop it up here. So you can click, you click on like this little, you see the red like squares, you click that, and then we would click on skills. And so if I said to you, okay, roll me a history check. If this was my character, you can see under history right here, it says history +3. I roll my 20-sided dice. I'll pull it up on Google. Roll D20. I click roll. I rolled a 15 and I have a +3. So I would say, okay, I rolled an 18. And then based on how high you roll, and like, so if you roll like below 10, it's usually you're not gonna get much of an answer. The higher you get, you can get above a 20, because if you roll 20, then you would add, I would have 23. So then based on the information, based on what you roll, I would give you that information. Say you're in like, you're at like an inn and tavern. You get a room and you're like, okay, I want to snoop around my room. Is there anything I can steal? Is there anything I can loot? Is there anything I can find? I would say, okay, you can give me either you can give me an investigation roll. So again, you roll your die, you'd add your modifier, you tell me the number, and I would then tell you what you find based on that. And then in D&D, a nat 1 is a critical failure, and a nat 20 is a critical success. If you roll a nat 20, extra good things happen. If you roll a nat 1, extra bad things happen. If you're trying to investigate and you rolled a nat 1, it would probably be something where I'm like, a bunch of rats scurry out and attack you for 1d4 worth of damage. So then I would roll a d4. I rolled a 1, you just take 1 point of damage. Everybody has their armor class at the top, their initiative, which has to do with battling, which we'll get into, and then your hit points is how much health you have. I realize this is long, but I'm very passionate. So basically, then during the whole thing, you will come across different creatures. Whenever you like encounter some bad guys, a lot of times it's like, oh, you're walking through the woods and some dire wolves jump out at you. The GM would be like, okay, roll for initiative. You'll see this number at the top of Eloise's track says +1. I would then roll my d20. I rolled a 6 +1, so I would say, okay, I rolled a 7. Everybody would tell me their number. I would roll for all the different monsters, and then I would put them in order highest to lowest, and it's basically the order in which we're gonna do battle. Then whenever it gets to your turn, you will go to either, if you're playing a spell casting creature like a wizard, like a sorcerer, like a cleric, like a bard, anything that does like that type of damage, you go to spells. This character that I'm playing doesn't really have a ton of spells, just minor illusion and speak with animals. But if you then go to actions, if you're playing a more combat heavy character, you can see Eloise here, she has a quarterstaff and unarmed strike. So my movement is 30 feet. That's basically like the base movement for every character. You will have a map, and on the map there will be little squares. Each square is 5 feet. Move to like get to where you need to be. These two different things that I have, they both say they have a 5 foot reach, so I have to be right close to the creature. And then both of them have +5, so I would decide what I want to do. I would be like, okay, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike. I want to punch this wolf in the face. I'd roll a d20. I rolled a 10 +5, so I rolled a 15. I would tell the GM that. As the GM, I would look at the armor class for that enemy and say that this dire wolf's armor class was 15. Because you hit a 15, I'd be like, okay, roll damage. The damage for the unarmed strike is 1d6 +3. I'd roll a d6, a 4 +3. I would do 7 damage. And then there are different bonus actions and so on depending on your character. That's because this is a level 3, it has more abilities, but that's something we would get into when discussing characters. And that's basically kind of how combat would work. And yeah, there's sometimes puzzles, different riddles, things like that to help you get through things. And there's also always the opportunity to not fight. Like if a creature approaches, if you're like really tough or something and you have like super high intimidation, or if you're a bard and your performance is super high, if like you're in a bar and people are starting to like start a bar fight with you, if you're a bard, you could be like, okay, well, like, can I try to like put on the best musical performance? Like I have, depending on what instrument you play, like I have my lute, I'm gonna start playing like some music to try to calm everybody down. I could be like, okay, roll me a performance check. Bada bing, bada boom. If you're like a fighter or like a barbarian, something like very tough, and you're like, no, I want to, you're at this bar fight, you're like, I want to like basically get in their face and tell them to sit the F down, I'd be like, okay, roll intimidation. If you roll high enough, the fight doesn't happen. So that's kind of like the long story long, I guess, about D&D and why it's fun. But it's just like a fun little whimsical time to like pretend to be somebody else, simply. But it's a ton of fun, so if y'all are interested, let me know. But in the meantime, I actually need to go do a couple of book updates. And then I'm going to, it's literally only 55 sheets of paper. That's literally nothing. It's one perk of the advent is I don't have a lot of work to do this week. You know what I mean? So, much better. I'm gonna get this printing. I'm gonna go do my book updates. And then I'm gonna continue listening to me audiobook. I actually have to update one of my videos. I'm in the middle of filming a non-fiction video. I actually have a book that's due in 3 days that I'm just gonna have to like, I'm gonna just start a new vlog for it probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna get ready tomorrow and I'll do the intro tomorrow. But I just got the audiobook for The House of My Mother, and so since I'm already in the middle of filming a nonfiction video, I'm just gonna throw it in there, you know what I mean? Works out perfect. But I am gonna print this and move on. Thank you for listening to my fun, and I hope that I can find at least 5 minimum people, 4 to 5, or I would even accept 4 people that are interested. And if you don't have Instagram, literally email me, message me on Facebook, you name it, get a hold of me somehow. I mean, if you comment on YouTube, the only thing is I can't like really talk to you back besides commenting back, but that's like not the same. So that's all. Bye bye. Y'all, I'm such a freaking chatty Cathy today. I just like pulled some books because I'm gonna film like a reading nerdy books video, because I have Tusk Love. The audio for that is, I got like a skip the line copy and it's due very, very soon. And that book is written by like, it's actually really funny because there's this one YouTube channel called Critical Role, and they're like a really, really big deal in the D&D space. But in one of their most recent campaigns, there was like a running joke throughout the campaign about this one character reading smutty books about orcs. So after the campaign ended, they wrote the book Tusk Love. That's like the book that she was reading in the campaign. This is kind of stale. Maybe I won't eat it. It's very hard. It doesn't sound very yummy, to be honest. So Do I think I'm gonna like it? No. I have historically not liked any like monster-y type of romance, but I have to read it for the meme. I think it'll be like a 3 because like I like the idea of it so much, you know what I mean? So, and I'm like aware of the lore, and I think the lore is so funny. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Whoa, you guys were freaking shining like diamonds. Oh my god, don't you dare tell me I closed that out. Why do I do dumb things? I literally do the dumbest things. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna get this printed. I have the best wax going right now. Oh my god, it's like a super mega vanilla cake scent. Guys, I feel like I'm very like squirrel energy right now. Very like, wow, happy, fun, in a good mood. So like, honestly, I love that for myself because duh. Also, be waiting on that Amazon package from Book Fairy. So that's exciting. It's all exciting. It's all great times. It's all good vibes. But yeah, that's where I'm at today. I feel like I still want to keep talking about D&D, but I feel like I'm being annoying. So I'm gonna go. But that's where I'm at today. I'm like kind of hungry, but because that muffin was like kind of stale, I didn't buy more muffins this week, so I've been like really bad about eating them. But it's not like really lunch time. It's not even 10 o'clock. So fuck. So I'm gonna go listen to my book because I actually do need to make headway on that. Hey guys, it's 2 o'clock and I finished everything. Started at like 10, I printed orders, organized them, did journaling cards, cut foil, ordered the one color I needed, which already shipped, and then did all of the customs, which included scripts and book covers. So that's done. And now it's gonna be lunchtime. I'm gonna go make myself something to eat for lunch. I don't know why, but I just like really want to take a shower. You ever just feel that way? I would love to wash my hair. It doesn't need washing though. May I wash it anyway? Yup. Oh, it really does not need washing. I'm like trying to convince myself it's greasy. We may do it anyway. I just ate lunch. It was pretty yum. And then I had a Rice Krispie treat for dessert. Also really yum. The book I'm reading is really boring, which is really, truly bad vibes, but it is what it is. Another one bites the dust, you know? But I'm gonna go shower. And then I think I'm gonna work on D&D stuff. I have my phone in here though. And when you're home alone, you have to bring your phone everywhere you go in case you're about to die. You know what I mean? I think it's very logical thinking. That was a good for the soul shower. Oh my god. Also, I think that I'm gonna probably be able to make this D&D thing work because I have already like 4 to 5 people that have said they would be interested. So I'm able to get a confirmed 5, a couple of things like are rested, like not so totally like sold on a 5th, but I'm able to get at least 5. I will be thrilled. I know D&D is like a really hard sell, and I'm obviously not going to make anything like official until after, probably next week after this video comes out, because I want to give whoever's watching this like a chance to message me, blah blah blah. But whew, okay, what did I do this morning? I'm trying to fill in my planner. I did work and read my classic. Oh my god, my tummy actually kind of hurts. I kind of have a bit of a tummy ache currently, which is really unfortunate if you ask me. But yeah, able to get all of my work done already is so exciting. Like, knowing that I can just kind of chill and do what I want for the rest of the evening is super cool. I don't have any clue what time Chris will be home. So you guys know, everything's just a clusterfuck regarding Chris in work this week. Honestly, don't even get me started because it kind of puts me in a bad mood. But basically, I actually need to go place my SPC order. I'm gonna go do that whenever I'm done with this. But basically, what was I gonna say? Holy macaroni, my brain. Whoa, my brain is mashed potatoes. Basically, Chris was supposed to go in today at noon 30, right? Like that was his call time for the day, noon 30, for his later days. But they asked him to come in instead at 10:30, like his usual, like old hours, because they didn't have like enough people for like backup for tomorrow, so there was too many call outs. I don't know, it's all kind of convoluted. You sneeze so hard you're a little dizzy. So it's like, I don't know if he's gonna be home at like his old return to home time, like 8 something, or if he's gonna be home at like his new late night, like 10 p.m. So it's really just all up in the air. It's 3 right now, so regardless, I have at least 5 hours to work on my stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay guys, it's already 5 o'clock. It's crazy. It's been 2 hours. I'm having so much fun. I'm building out session 1, which is just like, it's just so fun. It's just so fun. It's gonna start out at like a little flower festival, which, like, come on. It couldn't be cuter if it tried. I'm parched. I've been trying to drink this empty bottle of water. Ugh. Chris got me water last. Whenever he gets me water, he super tightens this cup. I'm grateful for him to fill my water for me, but we're gonna do raspberry lemonade. I'm gonna check to see if any packages have come, because I am waiting on some stuff. Oh, but I for sure think I'm gonna have enough people to run this. Let you know what I'm up to. Can't believe that my sister's gonna be coming so soon. I just keep thinking about it. I'm so excited. Amazing, wonderful, fabulous. Chris's shoes are really busted, and like the foam at the heels keeps coming out, and I'll just see like nothing. I'll just see like a chunk of something on the floor. And I'm like, is that a bug? No, it's just literally like the inners of his shoes. Also, these glasses I'm wearing are strictly for while I'm reading, because when I'm on the computer, I can't, my vision is like the, I can see far away, not up close variety. So when I wear these glasses while I'm walking around, it's so disorienting because everything's kind of blurry, because I can see far away super good. It's very, very interesting, but having a blast. My hair's drying. It's almost done being dry. This is how my hair naturally looks. Hideous. It's like not curly, but it's not, or wavy, but it's not perfectly straight. It's just like this nonsense. You guys, I forgot about you. It's midnight. I've been in bed for hours, but sometimes, so that's something I used to do with Christy, and now you're with me, is whenever like one of us couldn't sleep, I would pace around, or she would pace around her house, and we would just send each other really long voice messages blabbing on about random bullshit. And it's midnight. I'm not tired. I don't know what, like, I had an Alani today this morning at like 9 a.m. so like I've had 2 of my like full big like water thing full of water finished, and I'm on my 3rd one. So I just like I'm not sure what the issue is. I kind of want to play some tiny bookshop. Is that like really what I should be doing with my time at midnight? No. But it might be what I do. I fear it might be what I do. I might try to play handheld. I don't ever play the Switch handheld. I don't know why. Maybe I'll give that a go and like watch YouTube. Because I unfortunately am a person who needs like 87 stimulating things happening at one time. I think my anxiety is really like the big catalyst into why I'm not sleeping, which is, you know, really obnoxious, because it's like whenever I am not doing anything, I just am thinking too much. I think I've been crying. I've not been crying. Chris and I watched an episode of Dimension 20, which was so fun. I pretty much got everything situated for the D&D stuff. I think I like have a solid group of like 6 people that are like 5 for sure, possibly 6. So I'm very excited about that. Tomorrow we're doing Daggerheart. But yeah, I think I have like I have a couple of quite a bit of orders that are like in the $100 tier, but I don't have a lot of orders to do. So I think I'm not gonna work on orders tomorrow. I'm just gonna work on them on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe I'll see if Chris wants to like get lunch or something tomorrow, because it would technically be date day. And technically it's, I guess if he goes in late on Mondays, we can still go groceries on Mondays before he goes to work, because I do not want to go to the grocery store on the weekend. But maybe we'll go on some sort of date tomorrow during the day, because basically if we do something tomorrow, by the time we get home, whatever, it's gonna be like noon, 1 o'clock, and then by then I'm not gonna want to get started to work to then have to stop to leave for game night. So I think I'm just gonna do orders on Saturday, Sunday. Technically, the post office is closed Monday, so I can actually do the orders Sunday, Monday, because Chris is gonna have to drop them off on Tuesday regardless, because of the post office situation. The post office not being open because of Labor Day, I believe. So technically I don't really have to work on orders until Sunday, which is kind of crazy. But actually I've sold more advents than I thought. Not as many. There's still Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days, which most people get paid on Friday, so it's the last payday and the last day of the advent. I think I'm probably gonna sell just as many as I sold last year, which is very exciting, because I didn't think it was gonna do very well just because it's more niche, but live, laugh, love, baby. So I think I'm gonna watch YouTube on the TV, because I'm very behind on YouTube, because whenever I'm working on this D&D stuff, I'm sitting there and it's like I have to sit there in silence. Like whenever me and Andrea talk about listening to audiobooks while we work, she's like, yeah, like depending on the work that I'm doing, like some of it, like I can only just have background music on. Like I can't have something I have to focus on. And I was like, yeah, that's not me when I work. I think it's because I'm not like doing like working on orders is like a mindless task for me at this point, but doing all this other stuff and like literally creating a fantasy world is crazy. And yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna go play my game, my little tiny bookshop. It's spring, I think. Christmas just ended. We just did New Year's. It was great. I'm gonna watch some YouTube and play. Happy Friday, friends. How art thou? I am about to get a little bit cuter for the day. I did ask Chris if he wanted to go on a lunch date, and he did say yes. It's like 10 o'clock right now, so we still have probably until like 11-ish, 11 to 12 until we go. I don't really know where we're gonna go, because Chris really wants to go to the place we went to last week, but I'm not really like feeling that. You know what I mean? So, I'm like kind of in the mood for pizza, and there's this new pizza place that Andrea likes. It's called like Crust, and they're opening a location near us, but I can't, like, their website says that they're like, that it's open here in my town, but like on Google Maps it says, or on like the Maps app on my phone, it says it's temporarily closed. So I don't really understand what's going on, but I'm like kind of in the mood for pizza, but we'll see. I did spray some heat protectant in my hair, but yeah, so we are planning to do that at some point. And then, like I said yesterday, I'm not really planning on working today because I have through Monday to get stuff out because of, or to get stuff done because of Labor Day. So pretty cool. So I plan on not. I just don't feel like it, you know? I did finish my book last night, which was, I ended up giving it a 4. It was the second book of the Chestnut Spring series. I know everybody like is obsessed with that series. I definitely think Rebel Blue Ranch is like the better cowboy romance series. Like, there's not really any convincing me otherwise, because Chestnut Springs is so much, and I mean so much spicier. Sorry about the sink. These eyeshadows perform a bit better when you like use them damp. But like, there was 3 spice chapters in a row, and I'm just like really like, I'm like kind of like sick of a spice chapter when it's like 1. I like kind of skim it, and then yeah, it just proceeded. Like the first half, I thought it was going to be 5 stars. I think that's also why I was a little bit disappointed, because I was like eating up the first half, but the second half was just too spicy for me, and like it was kind of losing the plot. And then there was a plot device in the second half that, like, a trope that I actually hate, so that was annoying to me as well. So, you know, I think, like I said, next year I'm probably gonna do like half and quarter stars, because I think really it's like a 3.5, 3.75, somewhere in that family. But because it was like, by the time I decided I wanted to do that, it was already like August, so, or July, and I kind of like things to be consistent for the year, so we'll do that next year. Put on some deodorant. I accidentally switched to, well, when I was traveling, I had my travel deodorant, and it's not the like bitch ass aluminum free, and so now I feel like I have to start that journey all over again. But I was told the whole thing's kind of like a hoax, and it's really like not a big deal to just use regular ass deodorant, so by a medical professional, okay? So, you know. But I ended up playing my game till like, for like an hour yesterday. I think I was up to like 1:30, then I actually did get quite tired, thankfully. So I went to sleep. But yeah, I'm excited for today. Like I said, Chris and I are gonna come. No, we're gonna go on a date, and then we're going to come home, do some random shit, and then we do Dagger Heart tonight, which I'm also excited about. I don't really remember how last session ended. Our plan was to do like an every other week situation. So last week technically should have been Dagger Heart, but it was the day that worked for everybody in our like big group for magic. So we did magic that day instead, which is completely fine, but my little pea brain. I remember I had like a fight in a bar, like a bar fight, and Chris didn't have the names or numbers of the enemies, so I just named them. One of them I was like, oh, that one looks kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio, so we just called him Leo for the continuation of the game. One of them looked like a vampire, so we said Vampire Boy. I don't remember what the third one was, but it was so funny. Whenever me and Audrey were decorating our like books, she's like, what's the copperhead? What's a copperhead? Da 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 da. And I like in mine, I'm like, that's the tavern. That's the tavern that we like. And she's like, oh, okay. Maybe I should have been more detailed. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, girl, but as long as between the four of us we have the info, should be good. Should be good. But I'm excited for it because I've obviously been in the RPG mind. I think it's because Chris and I have been watching so much Dimension 20. It's actually really sad because we're getting close to the end of Fantasy High and being like caught up, which I'm devastated about. It took us super long to get through season 2 because it was all like theater of the mind and kind of boring. Like, I don't care about, like, theater of the mind, which means like not having maps, is fine, I think, for like adventuring. But once you get into like battles, not being able, just being like, oh, am I close enough to be able to do this? Oh, like, who's near me? Like, no. Especially as somebody who has aphantasia, I literally don't have a theater of the mind. I barely have a mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not picturing the lights on but nobody's home, you know what I'm saying? Actually, the light's kind of off because all I see is black. But I'm putting some varnish. The birthday card from my dad is out for delivery. It sucks how far away our mailbox is and that our mail does not come at a consistent time because, like, I want to get it, but kind of far. I also bought some like map packs on Etsy, and I told Chris I would send them to him so he can use them as well, because like might as well share the love, you know what I'm saying? My shoulder is very stiff today. It's very crunchy. I hate it. I'm gonna put some of this lotion, the Cozy Fireside S'mores, on my legs because they're dry and crusty, and then they make my tattoos look dull and crusty as well, so I just like to lube them up, as well as my elbow tattoo. And I'll put lotion on the other arm as well, but it's like a priority to make it so my tattoos don't look hideous. I mean, the one on my back is like whatever. And then I just have like a million body sprays from Bath & Body Works. Like, the smell does not stay, so I just like spray a bunch of it. It's more vanilla sugar. You can call it a day. This is our final look. Oh, I forgot mascara. Was anybody gonna tell me? No wonder it looked kind of weird. Gotta put on the Great Lash, baby. This is actually not my mascara of choice. It's not like the one I buy. This was like Andrea was like getting rid of a bunch of stuff because she has eyelash extensions. And she gave me a handful of mascaras. I like this one though, so it'll probably be like my second favorite. Much cuter. Okay. Let's try that again. This is the finished look. So, I'm gonna chill for the next hour and then we'll go do lunch. I'm gonna put a sweatshirt on for the time being though, because I'm a cold girl. You know. Has it been more than 1 second? No. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I think it's also a Diet Coke day today because if we go out to lunch, I'll probably get a soda there too. I need to remind Chris about the trash and the dishes need to be done today at some point, but I think he's working on some just like last minute things for Daggerheart tonight. But yeah, I'm excited. You guys, I just went to pee and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pee and then I'm gonna go on an adventure down to the mailbox because my birthday card from my dad's in the mail. It's literally as I'm going pee. I can hear it start to torrential rain. So That's really stupid, but oh my god, I'm so excited. I think we have our like official group for the campaign. We have 6 people, and I think 6 is like a good number. Hopefully we can like, we're trying to figure out we're between 2 dates pretty much for session 0. And what's tricky is we have people in all 4 US time zones. So picking a time that's not too early for Pacific and not too late for Eastern. Thankfully, I think the Pacific time person, I think it was Siobhan, she doesn't work that day at all, and she works evenings. So she should be fine no matter what time it is, but I'm just like, tricky. The scheduling part is obviously gonna be tricky, but I just finished doing all my maps. I'm waiting for Chris to be done with his stream so I can show him everything that I did, because I'm so proud. But I was explaining to Chris like the TLDR on the campaign, and he said it sounds fun, so I got his approval. So my next course of action for today is I think I'm gonna make like an outline for session 0 that's gonna be all kind of like, well, first I need to make the campaign in D&D Beyond, and I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy the other handbook, because you get like the basic stuff for free in D&D Beyond, but if you get the other handbooks and stuff, and then if you pay for the like high tier account, which is $4.50 a month, you can content share. And I feel like just because everything in this is so cutesy girly fun stuff, like I just hate that we can't have fairies, and I hate that there's no artificer class in standard handbook. So I guess I'm gonna go do that, because I was going to go down to the mail, but clearly I'm not doing that. I guess at least I didn't, because if I would have just went before I went pee, then I would have been caught in the rain. So we'll count our blessings. Okay, I bought stuff to make taco dip, and it just occurred to me that I did not buy a metal pan for it, so I'm gonna have to use a glass pan, which is like fine. But I think my cream cheese should be soft enough to use now. Oh yeah, perfect. We're back from the mail. I got my birthday card from me padre. Good thing he told me he sent me it in the mail, because I do have informed delivery, but I don't always look at it, if I'm being honest, because a lot of the time it's just some bullshit. Smallest red onion that I have, because we don't need a huge one for this. And then taco sauce, and the rest of my bag of my shit should be good. Should be perfect. Oh wait, no, it's in here. Okay. So I'm personally just gonna whip a little taco dippy poo, because I like to bring a snack to game night. It's just in my blood, honestly, because my mom was the hors d'oeuvre lady, and I've become the hors d'oeuvre lady. So then whenever I'm done with this, I'm gonna organize, like I said, I think I told you guys, stuff. I did get the whole D&D Beyond thing, but get this. So my username was like my email, and I didn't like that. So I went to go change it to my name, and I quickly typed it, pressed enter. I spelled my name wrong. I don't want to talk about how embarrassing that is. But yeah, I'm gonna make this right meow. Okay, I gotta go. I think I'm gonna have the rest of my pizza. I forgot to tell you guys, so we went to this place, it's called Crust Pizza. They have a bunch of locations, and it kind of, if you're from Syracuse specifically, it's giving toss and fire pizza, but it was really good. And they have this lunch special. It's $12.99, and you can pick 2, and it's like a 7-inch 2-topping pizza, a 7-inch cheesy garlic bread. Those are the 2 things I got. There's like a club sandwich, which Chris got, mac and cheese, spaghetti with meatballs, Alfredo. There's go to my office to get my water. There's a whole slew of things, and it comes with a drink. So for going out to eat, like sitting in a restaurant out to eat for $25 for 2 people is crazy. Sometimes fast food is $25, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a really, really good deal. We'll definitely be doing that again. Like, it's the same price as going to Cabo Bob's, truly. So pretty excited, but I prefer pizza cold, so I only ate half of it. I'm gonna eat the rest of it now while I chill. The dip is made. It took like literally no time. Literally no time. I think I'm very good at convincing people. I literally was hyping up World Anvil to Chris so deeply, which is like the software that I'm using for organizing my D&D stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's like $12 a month, but it's like really useful. And he's like, say less, I'm signing on up. But, so I've been just kind of chilling. I think we're gonna have our session 0 on Tuesday. There's one person who voted for Wednesday. So just wanna like verify that they'll be fine to do it on Tuesday. We'll figure it out. It is just session 0, so if for whatever reason they can't, I will be more than able to get on with them the next day and just me and them kind of make their character. The only thing is they're going to be limited as to what they can do because everybody else will have already made a character. But anywho, so I've been just chilling. I was just chatting with my sweetie angel mother-in-law. If you're watching, I think we're gonna schedule a phone chat this week. I was like, now that Chris has these like really late nights, like we should catch up, like actually talk on the phone. And she's like, oh my god, I'd love that. So that's really exciting. I asked Chris to start packing his stuff for Daggerheart. He didn't, but that's fine. And then I guess I could simply just, you know, do it and not be lazy. Not that I'm literally not doing anything. I'm not doing anything at all. And he's trying to, it's obviously not going to be done by today for him to convert everything to World Anvil because I haven't even started this campaign. And it took me days to get situated on there. So I know it's going to take him some time, which is completely fine. But let's go do this while we chat about some stuff. I'm thinking tomorrow I might go on an adventure. I probably will actually go on a solo adventure, which is rare on many levels for me to go on a solo adventure. That's me being brave because I'm scared of everything and everyone. I can show you guys here. We'll do one of these maybe. Yeah, we'll do this. Ready and down. Okay. So I need to empty this bag because it has all of the magic stuff in it. But basically, what was I even gonna say? Oh, tomorrow I might go on an adventure by myself. So Half Price Books is having, I'm like the wrong way. Is having their Labor Day sale, 20% off. And I would love to film a book thrifting video because those videos are actually some of my like best performing book videos. I mean, listen, I only have 500 subscribers on my book channel, but I have so much fun making book content that I didn't even care. And so, you know, I am very much cool with whatever, and I got my birthday present from my dad in the mail today, which was a gift card, so I might as well go and do another episode of Is Book Thrifting Worth It? If you haven't seen those videos, they're actually so fun. Basically, sorry, that was exhausting. Basically, I go to a bunch of different half-price books, buy books, and then I come home and I make a spreadsheet showing the price that I paid compared to both Amazon, which is usually like 20% cheaper, and then Barnes, which is usually like 50% cheaper. So that's a possibility on the docket for tomorrow, which I think could be quite fun, you know what I mean? Also, it's so funny because most food items, I'm like, yeah, like I'll just get the generic version. I don't care. I'm not that bothered by it. I'll get the cheaper version. Multi-grain Tostito scoops. No, we don't mess around. We don't half-ass. We don't cut corners. We get them because they're so good. So good. Apparently I'm just picking up those magic cards. Does it look stupid having them sit there? Yeah. But I don't care. But yeah, it is 6:20. So we still have quite some time. I don't know what happened to my phone. We still have quite some time before we need to leave. I have like an hour. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Probably just chill on my computer some more, playing BGA with Emily and having a blast. I found it. I was like, I think I'll put it on the thing by the door. The thing by the door. Guys, by the time you're seeing this, my sisters are gonna be here in less than a week. By the time you guys are seeing this, literally it'll be less than a week until my sister comes. And I'm gonna poop. That was my phone. That was bad news. That was scary. I made the mistake of listening to sparks fly really loud. Apparently while I was just in the car, and now give me with those green eyes, baby, so let's go down. Okay, getting this gift card from my dad out of the packaging. So I can go pop this in my walito. Yeah. Hopefully it works there. I don't see why it wouldn't. Math book. If not, we'll use regular money. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat. Just got us McDonald's breakfast. Chris has kind of a lot of chores to do tonight. Dishes and the lawn. Mainly like annoying things. The lawn sucks ass because it's so hot. But I'm gonna put the laundry away sometime today for sure. And I'm going to be filming is book thrifting worth it video today. It's only 9:30. Hyperfixation is not even open until 10. So, I mean, we eat breakfast and then I may have Chris. Basically, I am a idiot, for lack of better words, when it comes to Discord. So I need Chris to kind of give me the steps on how to do a video call on there, as well as I might just like literally film like this, him showing me how to do screen sharing on there, because I am not talented and gifted in that department, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm excited. Chris does not want to come with me on my adventure, which is fine. I'm a little bit like worried that I'm gonna do one store. It's obviously not gonna be enough because like I need like enough books for it to be like a full video, you know? I can't just get 2 books and call it a day. But I do actually hate, and I mean hate with a passion. What's it called? I hate with a passion going anywhere on the weekend. So it's really brave of me. But the sale runs through Monday, but Chris has to work Monday, so that's my struggle. But I do have my feeling bubbly. I'm putting some YouTube. At the very least, I think that the new all ears video comes out, or did come out. I think the videos come out at 8 and 9 a.m. Central Time, so we'll have that at the very least to watch while we chow down to our McDonald's, which sounds good. I think I'm gonna try to listen to some of my audiobook when I'm in the car, because I need to get a move on that situation. Yes, the video's premiering, so it's just come out. Yay, yay, yay. It's called Food and Wine Festival, which devastated that I'm not there, obviously, but what are you gonna do? Okay, I'm about to head to Half Price Books. I'm bringing a mail bin, even though it's like, don't use for anything but mail. I'm bringing a mail bin in the car with me because if I don't bring it, then I'm gonna get a bunch of books and have to carry them in multiple trips, which will be annoying. So I'm just gonna bring in my Diet Coke, and I'm gonna get going on this. There's like 3 Half Price Books within like a 20-minute radius. I'm hoping between those 3 I can find like 10 books that I like, because I think 10 is like a minimum to make the video like worth the effort. We're home and the foil that I ordered arrived, so it actually works out great that I didn't start working on orders, because now everybody's foil is here. I think I only picked one color. I think it was just matte silver if I remember correctly, but I did end up having some success with my book shopping. Also, they're building a Texas Roadhouse near me, and it's so close, and I'm so excited. So, let me pull out everything, show you a real quick little overview of all the things. And this was less than $100, so keep that in mind. Plus, I had a $100 gift card, so I spent nothing. But this many books for less than $100 is kind of crazy. So it's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 books, and I have about like, I probably get one more book at Half Price Books on my gift card. So literally amazing vibes. Amazing vibes. I'm gonna see my room. I need to go. I'm gonna grab the receipts so I can build my spreadsheet. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna go do that. I just finished my book. Actually, I'm gonna go do a book update while I'm thinking about it, because okay guys, this is like definitely a spoiler for my upcoming video regarding thrifting books, but I literally saved, comparing these books to what they cost at Barnes & Noble, I literally saved like way more than I spent. I literally saved like 65%, which is crazy. I think I saved like $150, which is just wild, honestly. So I have all of the stickers from the books there, so I'm gonna toss that. I'm gonna go put the laundry away because our room is looking bad. It's looking really bad, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm gonna go do the laundry. The laundry's not put away, not because like I was being lazy. I mean like partially, but mainly because of the whole dryer situation, you know? So laundry didn't get done when it was supposed to get done, so it really threw off my week. But I'm gonna go do this now. The way that I've been avoiding that, and it took 9 minutes, is crazy. It's always how it is. Put some towels away, and then I think I might eat the rest of the taco dip that I made yesterday. We as a group, we really did a number on the taco dip. Also, we ended up just having, I don't think I've even discussed this. I'm not gonna like discuss it in detail. There's not really many details to share, but due to some circumstances, we ended up just having a 4-person game night. Tony could not come to, he was busy, so we had a 4-person game night yesterday, but it was actually super duper fun. We had a blast. We played like a bunch of light medium games. We played Graft, I think was the name of the first book, the first game, and then we played Number Sequence, and then we played Moon Rollers, we played Castle Combo, and we played Spots. So we played like 5 games, which is pretty awesome. So I got a birthday card in the mail from my godmother, my aunt Nancy. So that was cute. Throw the envelope away. But yeah, the 4 of us, we ate like, I would say like 80% of the taco dip. I'm quite hungry right now. I didn't finish my McDonald's breakfast. I ate like half of my sandwich. And I don't know, I kind of just didn't, I don't know, my tummy just kind of fell off. You know what I mean? Like, it was not sitting right with me. So it's like there's too much, kind of like like too much taco dip for one sitting, but it's not enough for 2 sittings. So I'm just gonna scoop it into this bowl. Also the lettuce, oh my god. So whenever I was at Andrea's on Wednesday, she was talking about how HEB shredded lettuce is like pathetic. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like shredded lettuce from Walmart, like after I open it, it like pretty much goes brown immediately. And she was like, nah, you don't get it. Like HEB's is really bad. And then whenever I bought lettuce at HEB, it like came already from shredded lettuce. So like, you know what, girl? You fucking right. She's like, yeah, I told you. So I'm gonna be honest, this looks ridiculous, but I probably ate that much yesterday because I had 2 plates yesterday. And yeah, it was really stunning and delicious. I feel like Nick is not usually the biggest, like, he like eat whatever I'm like dip I make, but he doesn't usually go ham on it. Oh, he went ham. And he was like, yeah, I think taco dip's my favorite. And I was like, okay. I'm very much like being praised. So if you tell me that you liked something, you best believe I'll go out of my way to make it again. I need to put some wax in my office, of course. Of course. But yeah, I'm pretty starving to death. I'm gonna put the rest of this Palo Santo toasted mallow vanilla frosted graham cracker scent in here. It's called Prince Charming from Fantasy Wax. I had cut it up for like the bathroom, but I'm so bad at putting wax in the living room or the bathroom or any of the other rooms because no. That's really strong. But I'm in the middle of watching Gavin's newest and Boss Your House. I looked it up. I have until like 5 p.m. tomorrow to listen to my audiobook before it returns, and so I can do that literally while I'm working tomorrow. So I'm not gonna worry about that today. I keep thinking today's Sunday for some reason, but I think I'm gonna go. I ate like 2/3 of that dip, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm really cold right now, and it's making me want to go take a shower. Plus, gross, but I did not take a shower yesterday because we got home late, and I was not taking a shower at like midnight. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm not gonna wash my hair, but I am gonna wash my face and be under the water for some time because it sounds really good. And my allergies are bothering me, and I want so badly to itch my eyeballs, and I can't do that when I have makeup on. So that's basically where I'm at with that. I literally feel so much better. That was such a glorious shower. Also, that Wishlist Wednesday package finally came in. My guess is that maybe they didn't have Amazon Prime, but they did send me 2 books, which was so kind. I've never had somebody on a Wishlist Wednesday or Fairy Friday or anything send me 2 books, but the first one is this, which is a book I've already read called Give Me a Sign, and it's super good. I gave this 4 stars. I have this currently on audio available on Libby, but I think this book deserves more recognition. It's a YA romance about like people who are deaf. So, and the author's also deaf, so I think that that's amazing. And then also this book called Notes on Execution. I think this is like a literary mystery, which I do like. So that's that. I feel like I need to chug water or I might die. You ever just feel like that? I feel like this is not focusing. Am I crazy? I kind of have makeup everywhere, but I also just don't get. I caught up to my planner for up to where I am today, which is good. This spread, amazing. Ugh. Next week is my Pokemon spread. I do need to work on my kit lineup. I'll probably do that this week. And yeah, I'm just gonna do more chilling in here for the foreseeable future of this evening. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? I feel like it would actively be crazy if I took a nap. I slept like 5 hours last night. I think I kind of want to lay down. I'm gonna do that for a little bit. Okay guys, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get out of my office because of the reason. Well, Chris and I are gonna be watching our show here shortly, but so I'm like a short girl, right? And so like for my chair to be a proper height for me to like see above my desk, it's too tall for me to reach the floor. And because I can't reach the floor, like I hate the feeling of my tootsies just dangling. So I then end up, oh, these are my office glasses, gotta go put them back. I end up sitting crisscross because I don't have like a footrest or anything. Maybe that's like the solution, is to get a footrest. But I kind of just like always sit either like crisscross or like I'll fold my legs and sit on top of them. And you know, because I'm becoming an olden lady, by the time it's this time in the day, my legs desperately want to be flat, you know? So I'm gonna put some wax in here. I'm probably gonna eat dinner whenever we're watching our show because I like to eat something while I'm watching my show or watch something while I'm eating, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna use the rest of this banana bread scent. But yeah, so whenever Chris is done, he's in the middle of a game. He said it'll probably take like 30 to 40 minutes. Probably about 15 minutes ago, so we'll see. Whenever he gets here, I'm just gonna throw on a YouTube video and chill until he's ready. Okay, guys, I've been up for like 20 minutes. I got up at like 8:50. A bit past 9 now. Oh, I'm doing this super delicious scent today because I do have to work. But I'm only working till about 5:45, 5:50, which I literally, because it's like was the Advent, I only have to do the orders that are not Advent, obviously, as we've talked about. So I have 22 orders total to do, so I only need to do 11 today and 11 tomorrow. Which is like there's been days where I've done over 30 orders in one day. So like, very, you guys, why would you do that? That was not kind. So, should be very easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. I can't tell you guys. So I need to put my hair up, but I'm gonna do my Instagram stories with it down. Oh my god. So at like the base of my hair on my neck, like a little bit in my hair, because it's making it really obnoxious. Ugh, why is this happening to me so much? I have like a cystic pimple. Oh my god, it hurts. It feels either like a cystic acne or an ingrown hair, which since it's in my hair, like the base of my hairline, could be either, truly. So I need to put all the Alanis in the fridge. So take the last one. It's really annoying. Chris developed a taste for it. He's only drinking 2. I'm acting like he's had like a million, but last year he hated them, how they were so gross. So I don't get it, but anyhow, it's in like the most inconvenient place because it's directly in my, it's like just high enough in my hair that I can't put like a pimple patch on it. And it's very much so not poppable. So it hurts like if it's like this, it like pushes on it. Oh my god, it's really irritating. But like I said, I'm planning on working today until about 5:45 because I have a little phone call date with my sweetie pie mother-in-law. I was talking to her the other day and I was like, yeah, like feel like we haven't chatted in a while. Blah de blah. And she was like, oh my god, what's that? So I was like, gave her some days that Chris works late and today was one of them. So today worked for her and she's good shit, so excited to catch up with that sweet angel. Chris's mom is literally like the human embodiment of like a smiley face. She's just the sweetest person ever. I mobile deposited a check that I got in the mail, and it went through, so I can delete that now. I'll have to rip it up and throw it away. Okay. I like to pick up. I've got shit everywhere. But I'm gonna listen to some audiobooks while I work. Chris is still home. He doesn't leave until, I think his shift starts at 12:30, so he's got like 3 hours till he has to be there. But we can do our classic. I think the first thing I'm gonna do today is bonus freebies. Quickest, easiest situation to do. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it as book covers because it's book journaling week or what, but I'll figure that out in a moment. From this, okay, we've got Victoria from Australia. Victoria wanted Kirsten's freebie, so we've got that here in Pixie Rainbow. My little bin. I'll just pull that up for easy access. We got this one that says "Be kind to your mind." That's for Victoria. Then we've got Crystal from Delaware. No PR freebie. Just gonna get this little like mountain scene. Then we've got Jennifer from Texas. She wants Andrea's freebie. Andrea's freebie is very popular in this set of orders. This is in Pixie Rose. And Jennifer's random sticker is gonna be this like mason jar of flowers. Then we have Lisa from Ohio. Lisa selected Mika's freebie. Go grab a light if I can grab one. Here it is in cotton candy. Lisa's random sticker will be this like movie ticket. And finally, in this first little segment of orders is Emily from Texas. She also wants Andrea's freebie. Hers is gonna be in the good old blue pebble. And her random sticker is gonna be "You're not your thoughts." So I need to make bonus freebies. First things first. And go from there, basically. Oh, I need to go do my Instagram stories because today's also the last day of the advents for pre-order. So I think when you guys are watching this, it's going to be the bundles are on sale for treat week. And just so you guys know, next week there will not be a treat week. There will be like a little special event with like an exclusive freebie on my birthday. I also need to make the September freebies. Yeah, because tomorrow's September 1st. We're going to do all this housekeeping stuff really quick. And then we'll get to working on orders. But first I got to do stories. Okay, y'all, it's 1:30. I'm about to take a break. Am I going kind of slow? Yes, but there was 2 really big orders. Well, 2 of the biggest orders. Not like really big, but 2 bigger orders in the beginning. So now that they're done, should be pretty smooth sailing for the rest of today's work. I am getting kind of hungry though, so I need to figure out what I want to have for lunch. And tragically, we don't really have all that much, which is not really lovely. I can make a chicken tender salad. Does that sound good? That kind of sounds good. That's what we're gonna do. Thinking maybe I would make dumplings, but like 2 partially used bags of chicken fingers. I don't really know how that happened, but this will actually takes quite a bit to cook the chicken, but that's fine. I don't want to stand out here making. I'm really in the mood to stand here and cook dumplings because they're like, I have to be here in the kitchen while they cook situation. So bits and bobs of chicken tenders in these. This is kind of like a lot, but this will probably be my one meal of the day, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm gonna get this started and then get back to work. I think I have about a third of the orders I need to get done today. Which again, like I said, I'm going kind of slow, but there was a 150 and a 200, and the 200 was all pretty much scripts, and scripts obviously take longer to cut, so we're gonna continue onward. Okay guys, salad is done and I'm basically killing it. Feeling pretty confident that I can get everything done before my phone call with Chris's mom, and if I can't, it'll get done tomorrow, because we're gonna go get groceries in the morning, and then I'll just have all night with nothing going on, so regardless, we're all good. Okay guys, I'm done working. That was like so quick. I actually did more than I needed to. I think I only have like 8 orders I have to do tomorrow, which is chef's kiss. But I'm in the process of making myself about 1 million D20 stickers. Like, here's my sheet of reds, and then I have some neutrals at the bottom. Here's the oranges. Yellows, fresh off the cutting machine. Yellows, greens, going on. Do I need this many? No, but I figured while I'm here I will do this, because with working on my campaign, I'm like doing a lot of D&D stuff, watching Dimension 20, all the things, and I just want more colors, mainly is what I'm getting at, is I could use more colors. So I figured, it's currently 4:44. I have about an hour and 15 minutes until my little phone date with my mother-in-law. Should be fun, but until then, I'm just kind of chilling. I don't want to listen to any more audio. I do have the Switch in here. I think I'm gonna WTF! I think I'm gonna play Tiny Bookshop while I cut these, because and watch YouTube basically, because I can't focus on much while the cutting machines are going on. Like, anything that I'm trying to focus on, they're very distracting because they're loud and obnoxious. There we go. So I'm gonna play this, have some YouTube on in the background, and chill. I'll definitely have all of these cut. I can show you the rest of the sheets that I made. I have blues, purples, pinks, and browns. Because I'm using them for like when I play D&D, when I play Daggerheart, when I'm working on D&D, when I'm watching Dimension 20. So it's just like, I'm using like a lot, like many a week. So I'm just like, we're just gonna make them all. Gonna do them all, do these like color families, and it'll be great. But yeah, otherwise I didn't eat a lot of my salad. I don't know, I think it's because I've had a lot of caffeine today, and caffeine does suppress your appetite. But I don't, if I felt like getting ready, I would film my August wrap up. Here they all are, but I don't really feel like getting ready, so I don't think I'm gonna, because I'm gonna get ready tomorrow regardless, and I can film that. And I keep thinking like, oh, I had such a bad reading month. I still read like 30 books. So I'm not really sure where I'm getting off being like, oh, Hannah, you did terrible. But I think it's because last month I read 46 books. Then I'm like, wow, you suck in comparison. But it's literally all good. It's not about quantity. However, I think I actually have a lower average rating this month, but I read 3 of my Afterlight books, which I'm really thrilled about, and it continued / got caught up on a lot of series, which I'm also thrilled about. And then I have one book that I'm like currently, I read 1 chapter of last night. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today. So I can actually probably just put it to the side. It's this book, but it's like over 400 pages, and I just like don't think I'm gonna read 400 pages tonight. So probably not gonna go on that wrap up, which is fine. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 books. Do I think I'm gonna get through all 6 books before Haley in 9 days? I mean, it's very possible. I have, of this 6 books. I have half of them on audio. So, and one of them, Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman, I'm gonna give it to like 20% and decide if I want to DNF it. It has a very low rating. The ethics of the book are kind of weird. So that one is like a very high potential of a DNF. You know what I mean? So we will see. Also, the like pimple situation on the back of my head, it's much smaller. It was like very swollen earlier today. It's way less painful. Like if I tip my head back and like push on it, not nearly as painful. So thankfully that's good, you know. But I got all the orders that I did do today packed up in their bubble mailers. I have the one Australia order by the door. I don't know what it is with Australia. Australia is for sure like the international country I get the most orders from is Australia. But yeah, that's basically my plan for the day. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. But I'm gonna sit here and play this game and chill for like an hour until it's time to call my sweet little lady. Okay, I have the last color on. It's 5:12. So I think she said 7 her time. Let me just verify because now I'm like, was I supposed to call her at 6 her time? Let me verify. 7, yeah, okay. So that'd be 6 my time, so I'm gonna go. Well, we need to bring my phone with me because I'm home alone, so I feel I need to have my phone with me at all times. But I am gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna wash my hair because of this growth in the back of my head like I was telling you about, this pimple. I think the hot water will help bring it to the surface, you know. Pretty gross, but that's just a fact. I feel like I've been so chatty this week, so I'm sorry if this vlog's like 3 hours long. Hey guys, I just talked on the phone with Chris's madre for about 2 hours, and we're like, we need to just like talk once a month so that it's not this dramatic. Because we just had so many things to catch up on, so finish that. I'm kind of hungry because I didn't really eat all that much of my lunch, if I'm being honest with you. See if I made pancakes. I love this. These frozen pancakes just come in like little packages of 3 because that's how many I would make for myself. I'm gonna melt some butter, not melt, but like put some butter in like a thing to soften the microwave. You know, pop these in first. But yeah, I talked to Chris's mom for quite some time. Like I said, we had quite a bit to catch up on. This is for sure today. And it was fantastic getting to chit chat with her. She's so cutesy. But she and Chris's brother were going to be watching their show, and I was like, yeah, I'll let you go. I've kept you for 2 hours. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was great to get to chat with her for for a while, I guess, because apparently we're on the phone for forever. But you know what I can really go for? Canada ketchup chips. But no, they have to just not exist in America. But yeah, I think it's like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I ended up calling for it like 5:30. Oh, like 7:30? I don't know. The clock in here is very much not correct. I just actively let it be incorrect. Those are pretty much warm. I'm just gonna pop this in for like, I don't know, 20 seconds, call it a day. And then I'm gonna eat these. I feel like 20 seconds might have been dramatic. Yeah, we'll see. Eat this and chill in my office. It's basically the plan until Craptofer gets home. Tomorrow's also a late start for him. I do need to make a grocery list, but I'll probably do that while we're laying in bed. Okay guys, it's 9 o'clock. Chris just got home. He brought us from McDonald's. I'm just gonna eat my dinner and then I think we'll probably watch our show. So that's gonna be everything for this week. I'll see you next time. Bye!